going on, YouTube? Marvin back with another video. I am in Big Springs, Nebraska, right on the almost the state line of Colorado, and Winter Storm Gerri has struck again, but hopefully not as bad as it was. Sitting here because once I get into Colorado with this load, it is a oversized permitted load, so I can't drive in the snow. You know, if it's visibility restrictions and hazardous road conditions restrictions. Currently sitting at a Flying J here in Big Springs, Nebraska. It's a lot better situation than the one was in Iowa. Still having its twerks here. Police keep coming around and kicking people off the curb over here that keep parking, so they don't want to get the entrance and exit blocked up, which is good. I wish they had done that at the Iowa location, but you know, c'est la vie. People are pouring in here, so I know that the conditions on the road are bad. I heard over the CB radio that parts of 80 are shut down and 76 are shut down, both directions, due to wrecks and stuff like that. I-80 is infamous for having lots of wrecks during this time of the year, so that's no big surprise. The fuel islands, people keep getting stuck in the fuel islands. They keep just sliding around. So it's entertainment to watch. I got all my oversized banners and flags on. I bought me some new flags because the ones that Maverick provides, they're okay for what they are, but I wanted extra flags, so I went into the Pilot and bought some extra flags for myself, just so I can, you know, make it look a little more better. I'll take you on a tour out on the outside, and here in a second, just letting the craziness die down here. People like this flatbed with the triple axle, he pulled in here and all of his trailer tires were locked up. He's still got one rolling on the on the passenger side, but he ain't got nothing on the driver's side rolling still. But let me see if I can show you this. Get the angle better here. Alright, check that out. And now he's got two rolling on the passenger side, but that one in the rear, it's still locked up. I got him on the radio and he said they ain't locked up, they're just stowed up, but which is a lie, because it's touching the ground and ain't none of them rolling. So unless you have all three of them somehow sucked up in the air and they're just, the trailer's got magnets or whatever underneath it, it's just levitating, I don't know what to tell you, brother. But yeah. And then, you know, people come pouring in here trying to find a parking space. I'm parked in a parking space because when I got here last night, the lines for the parking space was still visible, so I was able to know, you know, where I was parking. And kind of what I was hinting on the last video about parking has to be a little more specific. What you're looking for is something kind of what I got going on here. I need to get some cones so I can kind of, you know, make a perimeter around the truck so nobody would try to park too close, especially if I have like a 10-foot wide boat. Then you're stuck out on both sides quite a bit, and I definitely don't want nobody close to those, because those are extremely expensive boats. They're, you know, anywhere between $250,000 to $500,000 for one of those boats, and that's just for one boat. And yeah, I don't want to have that phone call saying that, hey, I know you've been waiting on this boat for like 2 or 3 years because, you know, you spent $500,000 on it, but now I got to turn around and go back to the manufacturer because somebody ran into your boat. Sorry. Yeah, I don't want to have that conversation. So let me put on my sock hat and we'll go outside again, because I told you I'm done. I'll go out in this stuff. I can't feel my toes right now, but because I just got back in. But you know, in the service of YouTube, I'm trying to make some videos about what we go through on the day-to-day. And let me have a little swig here. Oh, that's good. If you haven't tried the Monster juice, this is the Mango Loco. It's very tasty. Yeah. And let's see, got anything else? I don't think so. Let's cruise. The truck's running. Let me turn it off. Had to get up out of my seat. Nope, shut up. Truck's all dang time making noises. Oh, snowing again. But you know, I got a good parking space beside me here, and the guy beside me, I actually met him like last week when I was in just getting into Iowa. We saw each other at a rest area, and I met up with him, and he got stuck in the stuff as well. So it's pretty funny. But here's my truck. It's got the oversized banners on. I got me some new bungee cords so I can make that a little more pretty. I got my flags on the side there. Got about 3 or 4 inches snow last night. You know, that you got on these trucks here, you got the extended 5th wheel. So the hookup for it, you can see, is literally in the center of the rear drive tire. And so, you know, I got my ladder up there. I'll probably need it on this load. And then we have the extended whip on the back of here. It's very long and can get a little interesting to manage, especially in the cold weather. But you know, we're running these lowboy trailers. I don't know if you noticed that on the previous video, but you know, they're only about, the newer ones are only about 5 inches off the ground, if that. But you know, you got these uprights and the boats. I do a little bit more on the protecting of the boat than probably some other people would, you know, realize. But you know, I put these pieces of felt here because I didn't like how close the boat was to these metal uprights. The plastic ripped off, and the tape that I have won't stick to it because it's cold. The adhesive quit working. So got all things strapped up. Got the little transom there in the back on that top boat. And this is the big mohunking boat. Got a little peek of it because the wrapping came off of it a little bit, but I taped it back up and then it came right back off. Do what you can with what you got. These boat trailers have the little bitty tires, but they are very expensive. I think one of these tires is almost as expensive as those super single drive tires up there, just because of they're not very common. I got let's see here. Yeah, I got my new little flags here with the bungee cord going through them. I wanted to get those because I wanted to have something nice that's easy to assemble and disassemble. But yeah, I got the back of the trailer here, got it all set up with the banner. I'd like to find a little bit better way of propping that up. I may figure something out, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be blowing in the wind anyways, but I'm stuck over about 4 feet off the rear end here, off the back of the truck, or the trailer rather. It's currently -7 degrees where I'm at here, which is a tropical heat wave compared to what it was in Iowa at -25. When I left there yesterday morning, it was -25, and that, you know, that hurts your feelings whenever you're not used to it. And this is one of the newer trailers, so it has like the rubber. You can't really see it because of all the snow, but that right there is rubber, and the boat can sit right on top of it, which is nice because it lowers the center of gravity even more, and you run less of a risk of having an overheight problem. Because right now I'm at 13.6, but just barely. And that boat alone in the rear end is 13.6 just because of the bimini top. And these are the bimini tops that go to the other two boats. The wrapping keeps coming off of it, so I've done the best I can to protect it, but you can only do so much at, you know, 65-mile-an-hour winds. But this is, you know, kind of what it is. I've got the little beacon light up there for when I'm running oversized. I have to have the beacon light on. I'd like to get with Maverick on getting some more beacon lights. I think that would be a really good thing. Another driver said the same thing. Have some in the front of the truck, some in the rear of the trailer, so we're more visible. And I think that would be a good option to have. It is really cold, so I'm getting back in the truck again. Oh, hush. And glass is all dark and stuff, but a good little tip that some people don't know is that when you get in these conditions and the temperature gets definitely below freezing, but I think the temperature that it happens when your diesel fuel will start to gel up. I'm wanting to say, if I read it correctly, I understand it to be about 10 degrees or below. That's when you start getting some gelling of the fuel. Your diesel fuel in your tanks. Now you also got to think about, you know, convection heat loss. You know, going down the interstate, the wind going over the tanks through convection is going to get that fuel even colder. Let me take those off. I can't even see hardly. So you got to think about that you're going to have that wind chill factor play a role as well. Now there's some things that people don't know, like especially in these places that get a lot of snow and have really cold temperatures. A lot of them at these Pilots and Loves and other truck stops, they already treat the fuel that's in the ground. They already have an anti-gelling stuff in the fuel as it is. Now when you get on the road, be sure when you get fuel to check with an attendant in the Pilot or Loves or TA, wherever you're getting fuel, to ask them, hey, do you know if you treat your fuel? If you see, definitely if it's a number 2 diesel, make sure that you check on it. If it says that they have number 1 diesel, it'll be considerably more expensive because it's a better grade of diesel and it already has the anti-gelling properties in it. They don't have to add anything to it. It's actually got it as a part of the diesel mix. It just comes with it, if I remember correctly. But you don't have to worry about it if it's number 1 diesel. But definitely double check with a clerk in there. If they don't, then you need to make sure that, well, you need to make sure anyways, that you have at least 2, preferably 3 or 4 bottles of anti-gel with you on the truck, because you never know, you may need it. You'll definitely realize that you're about to run into a problem because you'll hear that engine struggling to run. You'll notice a big performance difference. The fuel will start gelling up and it'll start sputtering sometimes and making really funny noises, and yeah, you don't want that to happen. You don't want that phone call either. They do make stuff that if your fuel does gel up, you can put it in there and it will de-gel. I think that would be the correct word. The fuel. It may take a little while, like I think 30-45 minutes in some cases, depending on how much fuel is there. You definitely need to read the instructions on the back of these products to make sure that you're not adding too much and that you're adding it at the correct times. The anti-gel stuff, most engines don't like it. They'll deal with it, but they don't like it. It makes your, it clogs up like your fuel filter. If you put way too much in there, it'll definitely mess up your fuel filter. It can potentially cause injector issues. So you definitely want to make sure that you're not putting too much. And so last night when I got fuel here, because I was at half a tank, remember from the previous video, I was at half a tank, so I got fuel, and I just wanted to make sure that they had already added anti-gel to their stuff in the ground, and because I didn't want to put any more in here than what I've already got. And so far I've been fine. If the truck stays off for a little while, it'll hesitate on starting, but it's not terrible. It just kind of hiccups and then it fires right up, and then the engine gets warm. Luckily on these Freightliners, the Cascadias that we have, they have a cold startability mode. If you have the key in the on position, and which I need to put it in the on position, and it's got the optimized idle on, it will sense that when the engine oil temperature and coolant temperature and all that stuff gets to a certain degree, it will automatically turn the engine on and run it for a little while just to heat everything back up and move everything around. Like you can see on these here, let me get to the switches here, the gauges, and let's see, let me spin this thing around. But yeah, you can see like on the digital dash, this is the infotainment part, but this is the digital dash here for anybody that hasn't seen one. It gives you watch for ice. Mine's got a maintenance due light because I'm due for an oil change, and you got your voltmeter up here on the upper left. You got a temperature gauge. I sense that mine's about anywhere between 10 to 20 degrees off sometimes. It really depends on how it goes. But yeah, I mean, you got like different functions that you can scroll through and do. Like you have your lane, you know, assist thing. If the yellow is on, it'll sense like the people that are in front of you. It'll tell you how fast that they're going and how far away in feet they are from you. Very, very convenient. Of course, you have your digital fuel gauge and depth gauge down here, your primary and secondary air tanks, and the levels that they all are down there. Anyways, going back to the gauges, see, like my coolant temperature is currently at 129 degrees, engine oil is at 115 degrees. Transmission oil is at 67, now 66, it's cooling down. And then my soot level is fine. I don't need a regen. It regened a few times the past few days just because it's idled so much. These newer trucks don't like to idle, but I'm putting it back to optimized idle, so it's currently in standby mode, so all the sensors are working, and it's going to monitor the batteries. It'll probably kick on here in a little bit, probably a few minutes, if not less. The batteries can't keep up with this cold temperature. They don't do real well in the cold because they're exposed. They're not insulated. They're just kind of in a metal cabinet on the back of the truck. So yeah, they don't do too good. But wanted to make another video kind of showing where I'm at, you know, progress. I got in contact with the dealership. They're fine with me delivering it tomorrow. They actually probably preferred it tomorrow because they're getting hit with snow in Denver. I'm about 2.5 hours from Denver right now, and I told them I can't go anywhere anyways because of the permit. Sorry. You know, I apologize for all the delays. They were cool with it. They said it happens. You know, we'll just shoot for tomorrow and go from there. But I'm hoping to have availability to make a video about the unloading process. They're going to have a crane to come out to pick these boats up. That's going to be really cool to watch. And if I can get a video of it, I definitely will try. I don't know how busy that I will be because you know, it'll be a process. But if I'm available, I'll do it, and then we'll get a video back out here on YouTube showing that. Anyways, if y'all got any comments or, you know, whatever, leave them down below in the comments. You know, today's my birthday. I'm just sitting out here in almost Colorado, you know, Nebraska state line here, just watching it snow on my birthday. Just out here enjoying life, being a trucker, watching everybody else act a fool. And anyways, you know, like, comment, subscribe, share if you so desire. Greatly appreciate it. If y'all got any ideas for videos, please leave them down in the comments. I'll read the comments, you know, at least once a day, if not sometimes twice a day. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Appreciate all y'all for watching. The last video, I gained, you know, quite a bit of subscribers. In my eyes, quite a bit of subscribers, and I greatly appreciate it. It definitely means a lot. I'll keep pumping out content the best I can, and we'll keep growing this channel and hopefully provide a better view of what not only truck drivers go through, but a boat hauler such as myself, what we go through. There's not many channels out there that show what boat haulers go through, especially at Maverick. But I was wanting to make a channel about it and just my day-to-day stuff as a truck driver. take it easy. Y'all stay warm. I know about everybody in the South getting hit right now with something. Everybody pretty much around the country is getting hit right now. So y'all all stay warm, stay hydrated, stay satiated. Y'all take it easy. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.